we'll see about electrodynamometer type power factor meter. So instrument which is used, so your first sentence will be instrument which is used for measurement of power factor is called as power factor meter. Simple, right? First sentence it will be power factor meter. It is instrument which is used for measurement of power factor is called as power factor meter. So the construction of this type of power factor meter is similar to electrodynamometer type watt meter. Okay, second sentence, the construction is similar to the electrodynamometer type watt meter. Now we will see the construction, how or what is the working and construction. Now here you can see F1, here you can see F2. This is F1, this is F2. So F1 and F2 are the two fixed coils. These two are the two fixed coils which are connected in series. You can see here, these are connected in series. F1 and F2 are two fixed coils which are connected in series. Now here A and B. Here you can see two coils. This is A and B. These two are moving coils. Okay, they are moving coils which are rigidly connected to each other. That means they are connected. If they will move, they both will simultaneously move. Okay, they are connected rigidly to each other. So the axis between them or the angle between these two coils, between these two moving coils A and B, it is 90 degree to each other. Moving coil carry the pointer. Here you can see this is the pointer. Here you can see the power factor. It is leading, unity and lag. Whatever the power factor will be, it will indicate. If the power factor is leading, this pointer will be here, unity and lag. Okay. Now this angle between these two A and B is 90 degree. The moving coil carries the pointer. Here you can see this is the pointer which indicates the power factor of the circuit. Okay. Now moving coil A and B, these two, both the coils are identical, right? They are similar. They are connected in parallel. These two coils are connected in parallel. These two were connected in series. Now these two coils are connected in parallel across the supply voltage. They are connected in parallel across the supply voltage. Now here you can see coil A. This coil A has non-inductive resistance R in series with it, right? This coil A has non-inductive resistance in series with it. Similarly to this coil B has inductance L. This is L. This is the inductance which is connected in series with it. Okay, so for A, coil A, here we have provided a resistance which is in series with A, and B for inductance we have connected in series with it. Now the value of this R, resistance, non-inductive resistance and inductance are adjusted in such a way that coil A and B, here this coil A and B will carry the equal current at normal frequency. Okay, so these two values are maintained in that way that these two will carry the same current. Both will carry the same current at the normal frequency. Current through coil A is in phase. Now here it is resistance, right? We have connected resistance in series with the coil A. So what will happen? The current, whatever the current will flow through this, it will be in phase with the supply voltage. Okay, but here for the B coil we have connected inductance, right? So for the coil B, the current will lag. It will lag the supply voltage by angle 90 degree, right? This is inductance, this is resistance, so the current will be in phase, and here the current will lag the supply voltage by 90 degree. Okay, due to this, what will happen? Now current will flow, right, through this fixed coils, through this A and B. Then what will happen? There will be interaction of fields. There will be some interaction of fields produced by the current through these various coils. There will be fields produced. The field of this, every coil will be different, and due to that interaction of field produced through these various coils, this coil A and B, this coil will, what it will experience? It will experience as a force, or you can say it will experience torque. So what will happen now? The windings are arranged in such a manner that torque experienced by this coil A and this B are opposite to each other, right? This torque whatever this coil will experience, this A and B, they will be opposite to each other. Hence this pointer, whatever this pointer is there, it will be in equilibrium. When this pointer will be in equilibrium, whenever these two torques of the A and B are opposite to each other. Okay, so the pointer attached to this, the position at the equilibrium will be maintained when these two torques are equal. Which torque? Torque on the A coil and torque on the B coil. So there is one formula. So here you can see this is the phi. The phi is the angle between angle of the power factor angle, and theta, it is angle of deflection. Okay, now we know torque on the coil A, we can give TA, that is torque on the coil A, we can give it by KVI cos phi into cos 90 minus theta. 90 minus theta. So this is the formula where K is the constant. What is the formula? TA is equal to KVI cos phi cos 90 minus theta. So similarly to the coil B, now current in the coil B lags by the voltage by 90 degree. Why? Because we have placed inductance in series with coil B. So here what will be the formula? Here what will be the changes? Here cos, it will be 90 minus phi. Here instead of this we have to write cos 90 minus phi, and this equation is equal to sin phi. Cos 90 minus theta is sin theta. So similarly cos 90 minus phi, that is equal to sin phi, and this is cos theta. Here it will be cos theta. Now here our equation will be TB is equal to KVI sin phi cos theta. So this is our torque equation for the coil B and torque equation for the coil A. Now what we said, when our pointer will be in equilibrium position, whenever these two torques are at, these torques are equal and opposite, right? So here cos phi, here you can write the value of TA. What is TA? KVI cos phi cos 90 minus theta. So this KVI and this KVI will get constant, and here only this values will remain. Now here what I have did here, this cos 90 minus theta is sin theta, right? This is sin theta. Now this cos phi I have transferred here. So sin phi divided by cos phi, it will be tan phi, and this cos theta as it is. Now sin theta divided by cos theta, it will be tan theta, and it is equal to this tan phi. Now this tan cancel, and this is theta is equal to phi. Thus the angular position taken up by the moving coil is equal to the system power factor angle, right? That means power factor angle is equal to the angle of deflection. So this is about it. So this is the theory.